Well, something terrible has happened. The backstay wire snapped. It should be attached there, but it snapped. It's a really windy day right now. We'll see if this holds up, but yeah, welcome back to another video here. This will be like a really good video, I think. So my sister and I, we're actually going to be going to Poulsbo and taking a look at a new place that I have not been to yet. So this will be, I think it'll be interesting. We got some good wind right now, so we'll see if this holds up. But basically what we have to do, we're gonna have to cross Puget Sound and then go into there's a passageway. I forget the name of the passageway, but we got to enter that. It's on the west side of Bainbridge Island. Maybe I'll pop up a picture here so you can see what I'm talking about. But we'll have to go there. There's two ways to go at it. You can go on the north end of Bainbridge and go through a little narrow passageway, or you can go from the southern end. But because right now, based on the wind direction, which is coming from directly north, we might have a little bit of challenge going north. So we might as well just cut west and just sail straight across. And then we'll probably have to motor our way through that passageway and then up north on that side to Poulsbo. I gave them a call earlier this morning and they said that a lot of the people are leaving today because they were there for the 4th of July. So we should definitely get a spot there at the marina. And they've got like 140 slips. And from what they said there's going to be some slips tonight. So hopefully that's the case. Of course, we've got our power and stuff, but if need be, we could just anchor and figure out from there. I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but that's the joys of sailing. You know, you just don't know how it will go. So, but that's about it for now. We're making our way. We probably got about another 35 minutes before I put up the sails here. And my sister, she hasn't sailed like really ever, I don't think. So I'll be showing her how that works. I've got everything still wrapped up, so I'm gonna be, once we get out there, I'm gonna be undoing all this and doing that. So, but that's about it. So I pulled out my chart here, so you can see. This is what I was talking about. If we went north and went through this little passageway to get to Poulsbo, the wind is coming from the north. So we would have to do a zigzag type thing to get up there, or we could just cut straight across through this passageway on the southern end, and then, but this would be more motoring. We'd have to motor most of this way because I'm betting that there's no wind back here because of this causing a land shadow. So I guess we'll just have to see. This going up this way, I think if we were able to sail, would be a quicker way to go. But I think we're gonna have to go down the southern end here and then make it all the way up. And here's Poulsbo right there. So yeah, that's what it looks like on the map there. But it might take us I don't know, several hours to get there. We'll probably get there like later this evening. 4 hours or so, I'm guessing. Okay, so we've got some little ripples out here and just kind of a small little breeze. So I'm hoping that once we get out into the main channel out there, there'll be some more wind for us. I'm thinking we're just going to cut straight across and go up. It's kind of where I'm leaning right now because there's not much wind, then might take a little more time to go up the channel. So, but we're just gonna kind of distance ourselves from the river. Then we'll have plenty of time to set up all the sails and stuff. But probably in like a minute or two, we're gonna put the motor in neutral and set everything up, get it all good. So yeah. But what I do first is push everything over here. Because one time I was putting this up and the sail was twisted around. So you have to make sure that all this is straight and not twisting.
Coming right where we're trying to set up.
You tire so then these all that you put in don't start falling out. This bungee will keep them all tight in here. Get it started.
I could see how this could be difficult with one person.
Huh?
I could see how this could be difficult with one person.
That's why when I'm by myself, I do.
Better to do it at the dock.
At the dock, yeah. Because if I don't have someone there, then I don't know what. I'm just floating around. Then one for the starboard side. And this one will go back like this along the outside of this mid-stay wire through this pulley. Then you tie a little knot so in case this goes out, the rope is not gonna fly away. See, that wouldn't go flying if it happened to come undone. But we'll pull all this through. There we go. And then the same for the other side.
How far do you move this?
So push the tiller that way, and then we'll start turning. Forward. So we need the wind to come straight in front of us. So these flags are a really good indication. So the flags need to be flying straight back. There, we're almost there. There we go. We're pretty much
Dead on?
now I can raise the sail. I'm going to start with the main. That's the one I always start with. Maybe do a little bit.
Yeah, I messed it up a little bit.
that way, so we're gonna pull this in. Maybe steer a little bit slower. Albert.
This way? Oh, the other way.
Mainsail here on its track to the other side. Well, we just got some light wind right now. I'm still trying to decide if I want to head up north through Port Madison and then go through the canal on the north end, or if I want to cut across there and go through the southern end. So trying to figure it out. We don't have much wind right now, so I'm thinking, I don't know. I'll have to think about it, but maybe we'll first try to go this way, and then if it doesn't work, then we'll go back and adjust our course to go straight. So I think we'll go ahead and do that. Well, now the wind's gotten more consistent coming from the north, so we changed our course. Now we're heading west again. And I think we're moving at 3 or 4 knots. I have to check my speed app again. But you can see the wind is coming from, that direction is northwest. It's about where it's coming from right now. So we're heading into it now. Got some other people out here that are doing the same thing. But let's hope that this wind stays. Let's hope that this stays consistent and that we're not having to turn on the motor or something. There's a seagull right there. Ah, he flew away. Hey. There's Seattle. We're starting to approach in the inlet here. There's a harbor seal. But So we're about right here. We're starting to enter into the inlet, and then we're gonna curve down and then go up to Poulsbo. So it's kind of what we're doing now, but we've got some of these markers here, like the red, we have to keep the red on our right. And I think there's some more of those markers up here. So we've got to follow these so we don't get into situations where it's too shallow. But yeah, still got a little wind. It's kind of like hit or miss at this point. Got a ferry boat that's almost going straight into us, but we're trying to like hold because the wind is coming from right there. So I'm trying to stay on this tack, and looks like he's gonna go on our left, but we're gonna be pretty close to him. But yeah, that's what we've got to see here. Actually, the wind keeps turning a little bit, so I'm able to turn a little right, and it works fine like that. But we're still kind of really close into the wind here. But oh wow, he's pretty close.
Able to see the people aboard.
Yeah.
Just gonna stare down at us.
Oh my gosh. And then they'll all start waving and look at how close they are. Wow. So close. Some of their waves. Well, that worked out fine, and now we're moving again. So we are probably right there, and we're about to make the horseshoe bend, or the dog leg, I guess you should say, around, and then heading the other way. There's another boat right there. So a little update where we're at. We are right at this marker here on the dog leg to turn there. You can kind of see that's the marker right here, this one. So we've just reached the end of when we're going to start the dog leg and head kind of southwest, and the wind kind of changes directions ever so slightly here. But yeah, look at how close we are to this side here. You can see some really beautiful homes, lots of big windows. There's a 3-story home right there. But we've just got to stay on the right side of that green marker there, and we should be fine in terms of depth and stuff. Cruising. I've never been in this area before. It's a really pretty area. Progress update here. We are probably right here or so, and our destination's Poulsbo up here. But the unfortunate thing is the wind's coming from exactly where we need to go. So we're gonna do a zigzag all the way up. Right now we we just went over there, and now we're going back this way. Then we're gonna turn and head towards that land, and probably that land, and just keep doing that for as long as the wind will let us. And then if the wind just completely goes away, then we'll have to motor, turn on the, put the sails down and turn on the motor and just go all the way up and do it like that. So, but I'm trying to avoid that, trying to take advantage of what we can take advantage of here. So, but yeah, the wind's blowing pretty good at a good clip. So I feel like for now at least we are we won't have an issue with moving quickly, or at least somewhat quickly. All right, just a little progress update. We are about right here. So this little piece of land is right there. So we're about right here, and we've recently been making some good progress. We were kind of stuck down here for a little bit, but now we kind of reached a good spot. So now we just got this little bit to go, then we will arrive there. So yeah. Well, we've arrived at the marina here in Poulsbo. My phone is dead. That's why I haven't really been able to film any clips in the last little while, but it's currently charging now. But I can show you what we got going on out here. So this was the first time I've boated in the dark. So it was actually dark, boated through this. But yeah, there's a lot of slips that are open, but so we just took one. Got the heater on, and it's warming up. It's 64.8 in here right now. But I was really dumb. I didn't bring like a coat or anything, so I was like sailing, like, especially once the sun went down, it was so cold. But yeah, now it's getting warm in here. So you found a bathroom?
I went to the bar.
Oh.
There's a code on the bathroom.
So
there's like a bar over there that I walked to.
Okay. Yeah, because we came in after hours. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna warm up, and we still have to grill. At almost what, 10 p.m. or something?
Gotta get that thing started.
Yeah. Alright. Well, got some burgers on the grill right now. It's it's 10:30 at night, but you know, we're starving. But actually I put this this little light I had, I attached it to here, and it really works as good as an outside light. Like, it really lights up everything out here. And we've got like lettuce and tomato and some other stuff all cut up. Yeah, it's kind of chilly out. I'd say it's in like low 60s, I don't know, upper 50s. Just a little chilly. The wind is not as bad as it was. I mean, there's not as much wind as there was when we were out there, so that's nice. But there you go. Grills are happening. I'm just kind of walking around out here. This is the port of Poulsbo. So this is the dock that we're staying at tonight, and I just went in and used the bathroom. But yeah, we'll be out here tomorrow morning / early afternoon, and we're gonna look around the port of Poulsbo. It's really nice because it's so close to, like, everything is so close to the dock. And people, excuse me, I got the hiccups, but people can just walk in town, walk around, and then go back to their boat, and it's really like easy, you know. So, but yeah, I think it's like after 11 right now. I'm so tired. 10 hours it took to get up from the marina to here. 10 hours of sailing. I think a lot of that was actually probably like 2 or 3 hours of that was the fact that the wind was coming in the same direction that we were going. Like, we needed to go into the wind, so we had to do some zigzagging around for a little bit there. Then the wind died, and I just transferred to the motor and just motored for the rest of the time. But yeah, I'm pretty tired, bro. I think I'm gonna go to sleep here soon. Ooh. Well, anyways, we're gonna go to bed now. But yeah, the bed's set up. So, and the heater's on, and it's pretty comfortable in here right now. So, but yeah, it's like a little after midnight, so I think I'll go to bed. But tomorrow you'll be able to see some of Poulsbo. It's a pretty interesting town, so stick around. Well, we're heading to breakfast right now. It's I think it's like, what, 10:30 in the morning or something. But we're in downtown Poulsbo. Welcome to Poulsbo. We're going to this place, Cafe Cocina.
I do side with Dad on that one. For me, it's like, I am who I am, but don't really affiliate myself with that community. Died. These are obviously in full sun and they're thriving.
We are trying to figure out how to get back down to the downtown. Kind of started walking, and none of the roads led back down. They're all dead-end roads. So, but up here there's a road. Go back and take a look at what we got going on down there. Bakery and some clothing shops and stuff. Well, we've been walking around Poulsbo and got some things I can show you these when I get back to the boat, but I got some shirts, some other bakery items and stuff from Slew's Bakery, which is like a really famous bakery here in Poulsbo. But we're actually about to leave. It was fun. The water looks really dirty right now. There's the boat right there. Okay, so got some pastries. That's a an apple fritter or something, I think. This is the Swedish. There's like almonds and glaze on it and stuff. And then I've got some. This is what I've been snacking on here. Some Norwegian licorice. And that's pretty good. And then I got some ramen for my girlfriend, and then this licorice is for that's for my grandmother. But yeah, it was pretty successful. But we're gonna head out in a couple minutes here. It's like almost 2, I think. But we just gotta get everything ready to go before we head out. So, but yeah, definitely recommend if you're in this area to come to Poulsbo. It's a pretty cool place. The only thing that sucks is that I guess I docked in the wrong spot, because the spot I docked in is, I guess, a 30-foot for 30 feet and above for boats. So they charged me extra, so I should have paid $48 for the night, because it's $2 a foot, but I ended up having to pay $68. So it's ridiculous, but it was worth it because we got to explore Poulsbo, a new place on this channel. But yeah, that place there, that was where we had breakfast this morning. Super good spot, highly recommend. But yeah, we're gonna head out of here and head back home today. Yesterday it took 10 hours to get here. I'm predicting it'll take less than that, or half than that, because the wind's coming from the north and we're going south, so we should not have too many issues. But yeah, we're gonna get situated and head out. That's it.
About 5 knots. 5.5.
Saying goodbye to Poulsbo. Now we're gonna head out of here, now we're in what is this, Liberty Bay. And yeah, we've got some good wind, I think. Once we get out in the main channel, we should have some really good wind here. So, but yeah, this was a fun little trip. This was the longest trip I've taken on this boat. So, but now we're gonna journey on out of this Liberty Bay, and then we're going to, I'm probably gonna wait until I get out into the main channel before I set the sails up, because I'm not sure how that man, what's that strait called? The narrow strait on the north end of Bainbridge Island. Not sure how that will go.
Oak Harbor?
Huh?
Oak Harbor?
Yeah, like Oak Harbor, you know. So, but it's about what we got cooking right now. So, yeah. Turning on the jets here. Now we're at full speed.
That one looks like a baked potato. So dry.
Alright, so we're about right there in Liberty Bay. The goal that we're gonna do is we're gonna come out here into Port Orchard, then we're gonna go through this narrow canal here on the northern end of Bainbridge, and then once we reach Port Madison, then we're gonna put the sails up and then sail back to Elliott Bay. The wind should be coming from north to south, so we should be able to have an easy time once we get out into the main channel. Right now, we're really not experiencing too much wind here, but that's because we're tucked in a bay here. So that's the plan right now. This will be interesting because I'm not sure how that's going to work, because I believe the tide is going up right now, and we're going to be trying to go against the tide. So we'll see how that goes. But once we reach here, we should be able to set up the sails, make our way down, and it should be a relatively easy time. Hopefully it'll take less than 10 hours to get back to the marina. That would be nice, but yeah, it's so gorgeous here. Look at these houses. Got a nice little fishing boat here. There's a sailboat coming into. I've noticed, like, I think a lot of people are coming in. Yeah, seems like leaving and then coming in. Yeah, so maybe we have like another group of people coming in, like retirees in the yacht club. You know, maybe this is their day. They come to Poulsbo or something. Also, take a look at these. Like, each one of these houses has their own private dock where they can dock their boat. And they got their own gangplank here that will adjust with the tide. There's someone's sailboat right there in their own private dock. Wouldn't that be a dream right there? So just keep saving money, I guess. Then eventually you'll be able to do whatever you want. So but it's about what's kicking now. Beautiful. I think it's like 76 out right now. You couldn't ask for a better day right now. So yeah. I wasn't really able to show you guys the way, like, when we were coming in, because my phone died at that point, and also it was at like twilight. The sun already set and it was really quickly getting dark. But yeah, this is it kind of snakes around. There's a Navy training thing, or a Navy base right there. And here's a red marker. And fortunately, like, at nighttime they had a red light blinking on it, so it was very visible. I was able to see it. So I was able to get us safely into port there. There's Liberty Bay behind us. We're starting to enter this. You know, the only thing I wish about this map is that it would kind of name more of these, but maybe this doesn't have a name, this little passageway there, but well, the wind is picking up a little bit. We are about right here, and we're starting to make the turn. You can start to see the Agate passageway is just off over there. So we're gonna come around this little thing, because I'm not sure what the depth of that is, and you can kind of see how the water's like a little bit kind of lighter there. Not sure what that's like, but there's the bridge right there. Let's go ahead and zoom in here. You kind of see the bridge that is it's depicted on our map right here. So that's the passageway we're gonna go under. And I would sail, but I don't really know how that would go. So we're just gonna motor through this passageway, kind of like I mentioned earlier. Then once we get to the other side, we can sail and turn off the motor, which needs to get turned off, you know. So yeah. So we've made it across there, and noticed another red marker right here, and there's a saying, red right return, which means when you're returning from the ocean, from the main sea, you keep the red on your right. But since we are going to the ocean, we keep it on our left, and we would potentially see a green one, and the green stays on your right when you're heading out. But according to the map, there's only this one marker, so if there's just a red one, keep the red on your left when you're returning to the ocean. So we will do that. And actually, I was looking here, you can see that it's really shallow in here, but on this side it's deeper. So just following our charts, keeping an eye on things, especially when you're in a new area like this. I've never been through here before, so the charts are really important. Got to keep referring to depths of the area and stuff, so yeah, we'll stay vigilant and safe out here. So yeah. We are planted firmly right there at the bridge. So we have this little piece here, which is right here. Once we pass that, then once we get out here, we can start sailing. So we're only a couple minutes away from being able to deploy the sails. Look at how pretty these properties are. Beautiful house right there. This is really pretty, this backyard. And they've got some buoys if they want to have their own personal boat. Just only a couple minutes, then the sails can take over from the motor here, and we can start zipping down. Well, something terrible has happened. The backstay wire snapped. It should be attached there, but it snapped. Right now I've got a bungee cord plus me holding it down, but I'm trying to figure out a temporary solution to keep this thing tight. And yeah, this is an unexpected development that has happened here. Not something that I want to happen right now, but well, it's happening. So, and the wind's dying a little bit, so that's kind of nice for this situation here. But this is not great. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to reattach it to this. Probably have to buy a new metal clip and then re-clip it or something. Probably figure that out sometime soon, well, before I go out next. But yeah, I'm just keeping tension until I can come up with a better solution here, because I don't want this to be loose, that's for sure. All right. Okay, so I remembered I had some paracord, 270 pounds paracord. So I'm gonna try to jerry rig something up here and keep it tight. And then once I get back to the dock, things will be a lot better. There won't be wind putting force on the mast. And at that point I can really come up with something here to provide an actual solution, and I can watch some YouTube videos once we get back to port, of course. So, all right, let me keep figuring something out here. All right, so this is the solution that we came up with here, my sister and I. So it's not the tightest thing in the world, but it's attached and it's as tight as we could get it. So we have one paracord attaching that to there, and then another one pulling from up here and pulling it down to this other bracket here. The wind is starting to pick up, so really hoping that this all holds up here. But that is that's the solution for now. Once we get back to the dock and then I have some time to watch some YouTube videos, I've got this. This is the clip that snapped off, so I'm gonna keep that or take it to a store and buy a new one, probably, definitely. So, but I'm gonna have to figure out how to re-rig that so it's reattached, and then once that happens, then I can figure out how this pulley system works, and then tighten that, and then once we have a ground point here, then I can just tighten it from up there. So that's kind of our thinking now. But as soon as we finished tying that up, the wind picked up, so it was really good timing for the wind to stop there, because it would have made it a little more challenging. But we're moving 5 or 6 knots, and we should be able to get back relatively quickly. I mean, you guys can even see the Seattle skyline just off over there. But that's a really unfortunate thing to happen, but you know, that's what happens. So
Solution to every problem.
Solution to every problem, yeah. But we're just gonna sail, keep it moving here, and hope that nothing else happens. Send out our prayers and hope that they're answered or something. So, as I'm sitting here, I think I've figured out the solution. So I'm looking at this pulley right here, and there is the pin slot there. So I'm thinking that this, and this has a hole in it similar to this, but what I need to do, I think, is get a quarter pin, and when those sails are up, this will be looser, so there'll be less tension on it. But I will need to put another pin there, and I'm looking at this one here. So this has a pin with a hole, and then it's got this metal, you know, like this. That's the rig I need here. And then once I get this grounded, then I can figure out this and pull it and get it as tight as I can. So I know exactly what to do now. But this paracord is very sturdy, and this should get us through the day here. Then by the time I sail again, which will probably be in 2 weeks from now, because my dad is coming up here, so I have to get this ready by then. So that's plenty of time. So yeah, nothing really to be concerned about. It was kind of sketchy because we just heard like a snap, and then we look back and this thing's all loose and flapping around, and I'm like, oh no. But also I went up there, and if you don't know, the mast is bolted down to the boat. So if this is loose, it's not gonna, the mast won't fall off or something. This is more for stability. When there's tension that's being put on the mast by the sails, it will absorb the tension. So that's the design of it. So this is absorbing a lot of tension right now. But all we have to do is we have to sail all the way to those cranes over there. That's the Duwamish River. So that's our destination. After that, all the sails can come down, and then we can motor our way back, and then we're back to safety. A lot of other boats out here. Man, this trip has been interesting, that's for sure. But gotta just, I don't want to touch that, but yeah, you've got to keep like pushing through and figuring things out, and then when it happens again in the future, you already know what to do. Also, one thing, like after this happened, I learned that I should have some like ratcheting straps, you know. That way if something happens like that, I can strap it down. Like I could strap it to this cleat or something, strap it to something else. And that will provide tension without me having to pull on it. And I've got a ratcheting strap, so I'm just gonna move it on the boat here, and we should be good there. So, all right, well, we're just gonna continue sailing here and making our way back. But actually, we just left Port Madison right here. We've kind of left that now, and that's Shilshole Marina and the locks, and then Seattle's right there. That's about where we're at now. Well, we're about to enter Elliott Bay. You can kind of see the seas have changed a little bit. We've got some, oh yeah. But the seas have changed, and now we've got some, they've built up a little bit, some white caps, but the wind's coming from the north, and the waves are kind of pushing us south here. So there's Elliott Bay right there, so we're almost there. Just got a little bit ways to go. Then we'll be on the home stretch. Well, we've, after like an hour and a half or 2 hours or so, we've made it to Elliott Bay here. We've had some consistent wind. It's died down just a little bit here. The temporary solution is holding up really good. I've got confidence that we'll be able to get back. But yeah, we're getting close. Getting close here to being able to get back. There's a tugboat and a barge right there. So we'll watch what they're doing and be careful. Well, it is 7:30, and we have taken the sails down and we're heading up the river. So we made it back. The temporary solution here worked really good with this paracord. It saved us, and we were able to sail still. So now I know what I need to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and repair that, so then 2 weeks from now when I'm back out here again, it'll all be ready to go. But yeah, it was a really good, this was probably one of my favorite trips, because Poulsbo was good, like that was fun, but also like the sailing was really nice too. This was the farthest I've gone on this sailboat to date. I have not been this far. So it was quite an adventure. But yeah, that'll do it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Like the video if you did. So that'll do it, and we'll see you in the next one.